Welcome everyone to the first video on the Foxliga YouTube channel. This is going to be a rebuild series here on FIFA 23 with Hamburg. They are one of the giants of German football. However, they have found themselves stuck in the second Bundesliga for what is now the fifth year. They lost in the promotion playoff game last year against Hertha Berlin in heartbreaking fashion. So we're going to try to come in here and rebuild them, not only bring them back into the Bundesliga, but they've also won the equivalent of a Champions League trophy before. So that will be the ultimate goal, getting to a Champions League final. Almost all of the games we're going to simulate on here, though. We're going to focus less so on the gameplay, more so on building a team, growing players, using the youth academy some, mainly using real players, particularly ones with star player scans. So yeah, we're going to jump into this here. This will be episode 1. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know how long or how far each episode will get us. Today's episode will be mainly greeting the team, seeing what stock we have to work with, and sort of picking a direction to go with the players we have, seeing who we can possibly bring in. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and meet the team that we get starting out with. So the starting lineup is a 4-4-3 here. Their head coach in real life, Tim Walter, he plays a really possession-based, very possession-based game. You'll see Hamburg, they'll have like 65-70% possession against some of the lower side teams in the second Bundesliga. So let's go through the starting 11. It gives us here Hoyer Fernandez in goal, 73 overall, but he is 29. He's a beast in real life, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to use him very much in this rebuild here. Starting right back, we have Hoyer. He's okay, 71 overall. Probably look to upgrade there right away. We have Vuskovic, the Croatian, at center back. He's only 20 years old. Lots of potential there, so we'll hopefully be keeping him for a while. In real life, he is linked away to even Premier League clubs such as Wolves. So we'll see how long we can hold on to him. We have the captain, Sean Lau. We'll be sticking with him for the time being. I see. We have a couple other options. We'll go over them later. Starting left back, the game has Muheim in. We're actually going to switch him out for Leibold right away. Leibold is coming back from injury, and they sort of been nursing him into the side, but he will be the starter once he is fully fit, and in game, obviously, he is. Okay, moving up to CDM, we have Meffert. 72 overall, that's okay, but this will be an area we'll be looking to upgrade on basically right away. Completing the midfield, we have Rice from Barcelona's academy and Sonny Kittle. They have him playing in midfield here, which he does play some in real life, but more likely than not, we're going to switch him out to the wing. Speaking of left wing, we have Dumpy, I don't know. Hamburg just signed this guy in real life. You can see he doesn't even have the Hamburg jersey on in his photo on here. I've seen him play in real life. He's okay, but he is 26 and 72, so definitely an area we could look to increase. We have Glatzel, striker, basically the only striker on the team in real life and in the game here. They signed him from Cardiff City, I believe, but he has been a revelation for them in the second Bundesliga. And then completing the team here, we have Jota. He has a crazy life story. Actually, we might go into that later, or you can look that up on your own. Basically, his family were refugees, and now here he is playing for Hamburg in the second Bundesliga. But he is fast. He does have a star player face scan, so he could be a beast for us in this career mode series. We will see. All right, going to the bench, we have Koningsdorfer, recently signed from Dresden, I believe. Yeah. So only 67 overall starting the game, but someone who we will be looking to grow with here. Another new signing for Hamburg, we have Binnes, signed from Borussia Mönchengladbach, and we're actually going to put him into the team right away. I'm going to switch him out for Dompe and switch him with Kittel, and that will be our starting 11 for the time being. Another exciting player we have on the bench here is Rab, a goalkeeper, recently signed, brought over from Kaiserslautern, if I'm not mistaken. So he has some pretty high potential, 69 overall right now, but he is only 23. Also, we have David. He's okay at center back. In the reserves, we have Amici, recently came back from loan. He's okay. No one really else of note. Okay, you will notice Van Drogelen, not actually with Hamburg in real life. He's actually on loan right now at Hansa Rostock from Union Berlin. He moved to Union Berlin from Hamburg. Might have been 2 years ago now, at least 1 year. But he didn't really work out there, so they sent him back down to the second Bundesliga on loan. But that sort of drives me crazy because Hamburg needed another center back. And so it would have made perfect sense for him to go there. He used to be a captain for Hamburg. But so I went ahead and signed him before I started this series because he would have been on loan and wouldn't have been able to sign him. But he's an ex-Hamburg player, has a face scan, and decent potential, and he's left-footed at center back. So I don't think we're going to switch him out for Schonlau right now, but if he grows, then we can in the future. So that's the starting team that we're given here with the one addition that I already made. So a decent team, definitely one of the better sides in the Bundesliga too. So yeah, we will see what additions we can make. Going over to check out the youth academy here, let's see. Okay, our homegrown talent here is Michael Arnold, 68 overall. That is very good starting out with. That's like, I mean, you could throw him into the starting 11 and barely notice a difference. Let's see, he is 17 years old. Starting position is center back, then 82 to 94 overall. That's about what you would expect. 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. Amazing pace to start out with. That's actually incredible. 87 balance, 83 agility at 6'3". That's incredible. Okay. And he's left-footed as well. So that's exciting. Let's actually sign him, promote him to the senior team right away. The rest of the youth academy from the beginning here, Kaita, 52 overall. McBride with the absolutely sick mullet from Northern Ireland, 39 overall. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, not usable. Let's see. Houghton, 43. Yilmaz, 48. Okay, so the rest of the youth academy, trash. Okay, transfers. Let's see. I'll pause the video here and I'll go ahead and add some transfers for some players that I'm thinking could be good additions to the team. All right, so if we take a look at our transfer hub here, I transfer listed a few guys that we're still scouting all of them, but that I would be interested in signing. Starting off here with Baumgartel, center back, 26, on loan from PSV at Union Berlin. In real life, crazy story. I think he's recovering from some kind of cancer, actually. But I think he's actually going to come back to play, so that's incredible. But love signing this guy in career mode. He has a face scan, decent potential, 26 overall, or 26 years old. Not a bad player. See Haber here at Union Berlin. I think they just signed him from Freiburg in real life. 28 overall. We'll see, not too high, or 28 years old, not too high overall, but could be a decent rotation player. Ronnie Kadira from Union Berlin as well. Face scan. Could replace Meffert with him. I kind of like the idea of that. Movald here, also from Union Berlin. Face scan, 28 years old. Knoche, 30, solid player from Union Berlin, center back. This guy I like a lot, hand worker from Nuremberg, 24 years old, face scan. We're kind of set at left back. We have two good left backs on the team already. But I don't know. We could switch one to right back, maybe. We'll just have to see. I just kind of like this guy in real life and would be a decent signing. Mathenia at goalkeeper, plays for Nuremberg, used to play for Hamburg. There's actually a bunch of players that used to play for Hamburg that we might look at signing, sort of bring the band back together a little bit. Hoyer Fernandez is good. I think in real life, he's definitely better than Mathenia. But in FIFA, they're about the same, so it wouldn't necessarily be an upgrade, but he's an option. We have Schindler at center back from Nuremberg, 32 years old. This would be more of a rotation signing. Ginzek, striker, 31 years old at Dusseldorf. We need a backup striker. This guy wouldn't be the worst option. Hoffman, also from Dusseldorf, center back, 29 years old. Could be a rotation guy. Klaus, same deal, backup to Yata maybe. Sabatka, also looking for him as a possible replacement to Meffert. I think these guys would be about the same, though. I don't know if that'd be worth the switch. Friedrich recently transferred to Gladbach from Union Berlin in real life. 26 years old. This guy's actually, he has a really high overall, I know. So I don't think we'd be able to bring him in this year, but maybe if we get promoted, maybe next season. Patrick Herrmann from Mönchengladbach. Used to be one of their star players. He's getting older, sort of out of favor now. Could be someone we look to bring in. We'll see. Luca Netz, an exciting young left back. Like I said, we're stacked at left back, but this guy has really high potential. Could be a one for the future. Neuhaus, once again, just like Friedrichs, too good for us this year, but just someone I sort of want to have on the radar moving forward. Joe Scally, American right back, only 19 years old. This could be our first signing, actually. I really like the idea of that. Julian Weigl on loan from Benfica at Mönchengladbach. Can't sign him this year, but next year I think I definitely want to get him in. Hannes Wolf, a new cam, just an interesting player. We'll see. And the last person I shortlisted is Chris Richards, just signed for Crystal Palace from Bayern. He never really got a shout at Bayern, but we'll see. I know the Bundesliga has a history of American players, obviously, so this guy could be interesting to bring into the team. So we will see. I will continue scouting those players. I might add a few more to the list as well. And we'll see sort of what direction we want to take this team, what positions we want to focus on. Right now I'm thinking goalkeeper, right back, and CDM, and then bring in a backup striker. So I will scout those guys, and I will also complete all of the training. I know they sort of changed the way training works this year compared to how it's worked the past couple years. So I'll do all that off screen, and we will move forward to episode 2. So this completes episode 1. Sort of just got a basis of what the team looks like, some guys we could look at signing. Before I forget, transfer budget. So it gave Hamburg only like 13 mil, which is kind of realistic compared to if you look at what they spent in real life. But it gave other teams like Hanover like 23 mil, I think. So I went ahead and added 10 mil just to give us some wiggle room if we want. We don't necessarily have to spend all of that. I know I see a lot of people on YouTube max out the transfer budget, had 50, 100 mil to teams, to where it's just not realistic, and then they spend all of it every season. So for this rebuild, we won't feel pressure to spend all the money we do have. I do have an aim of keeping this more realistic, not 100%. Obviously, this is FIFA. We're going to have a little bit of fun, but to keep it reasonably realistic is sort of the mission right now, sort of the plan going forward. So we'll see. That concludes episode 1. Hopefully you got an idea of what we're trying to do here, and I will be back shortly with episode 2, and we will make our first signings, and we'll jump into the preseason tournament. Tschüss.